Mm. I am a different person. Like, hey. Oh my gosh. I wanted to make this video first as sort of a reference point and a bit of a description or an outline, so to speak, of what I'm doing here and where I'm trying to go and how I want to, the ways in which I want to choose to use social media in a socializing, tool, right? So for me, what's most important is creating a space where we can be kindly honest to each other, genuine with one another, but also have real conversations. I know that online, at least for a while, at least since I've been in high school, I kind of have been taking like these extended breaks from social media. And that's just me taking care of myself and protecting my peace, which is ultimately most important. You know, that's like my peace is number one for me in my life. Now, what I want to do with social media is kind of take things in a different direction. So, to make a long story short, I had like an interesting interaction with social media where I created a video and posted it, and it was received negatively by a person. The situation in itself got sorted out because they spoke to me about it, but it was confusing for me because I'm like, what? And then I realized that talking on the internet is something that I don't really do. And there's a little bit of like a personal trauma with that, in the sense that like when I was younger, I was often shamed for like sharing my personal opinions online. I would get in trouble with my mother, and it would be like a whole big thing. I don't know. That's something that has a whole lot more to do with my mom and like who she is as a person. And you know, I'm not sure why I grew up in an environment where I was continuously silenced and undermined and gaslit. But at the same time, I also grew up in a different environment than most Black kids from Baltimore. Like, I grew up going to private school for most of my life. I went to public school for about 3 years. I remember being in like pre-K, and like they had a Spanish teacher like teaching us Spanish and stuff like that. Like it was very saturated, a lot of focus on like culture and arts and learning things of that nature. I am a person who I prefer talking. I like dialogue. If you don't know, I've written 2 poetry books. I was an English major, and then I switched it to a minor and picked up my screenwriting degree. I have my screenwriting degree. Like, I love words, and I think that words are powerful. And I realized that, you know, it's jarring for people to see me have sort of like strong opinions or opinions on negative topics in general, because people have not seen me talk about things, and people have not seen me talk in general. So a lot of times things are lost in translation because there's a barrier, because I mean, you don't really know me. And in my mind, I kind of carry this idea that like, well, can you really know someone off of the like internet? Can you really know someone? Like, is there a level of like, can you really trust that kind of thing? Right now, I'm in a completely different phase of my life, and I don't think that people really understand that. It went from it happened pretty quickly, and it was very personal to me, and that's why I kind of dipped off of being on the internet and being sort of public and open about my life. Living in Baltimore and like living with my mom and having her tell me I ain't shit and I ain't gonna be shit with my degree as a college graduate, which is what she so forcefully pushed me towards, you know. And I love having a degree. I love being a college graduate, but it definitely was not an option, you know. So it's just lucky that I enjoy education and learning as on a personal level. Going from an environment where my opinions didn't matter, I wasn't heard, you know, no one really saw perspective as valuable or weighted or anything like that, to coming out of that, moving across the country with like $3 grand to my name, off the whim, a month after receiving my degree, packed up my little Volkswagen, and drove myself across the country and moved to LA. Was living with 2 roommates. That was a doozy. Hey y'all, what's up? That was a doozy. And then now I'm in a point where 9 months into living in LA and going through that sort of struggle period of like, bro, I don't know, like I'm having a tough time. Like getting through the hurdle of building a sort of network and like finding jobs and looking for work and like all of that stuff, doing that with no support. Let me be clear. My family does not financially support me, okay? They kind of sort of don't really like, I guess, spiritually support me, so to speak. But, or at least, you know, that's a whole other story for another time. But my family does not financially support me. I don't necessarily come from money, but even still, like my parents do not help me with any sort of bills. They don't send me money, anything like that. And frankly, I don't really want any money from them. Anything that I need, I receive. Okay, blessed. Anything I need, I receive, and so you know I'm good. But going from that, and then 9 months later, being able to sort of give birth to what I wanted, which was to find my own space. I moved all the way out here not for glitz, glamour, and you know, popping bottles and all this whatever y'all clothes, whatever y'all think I'm out here for. Not even work. Not even necessarily work or money or anything like that. Even though it is nice for me to be close to the industry that I am pursuing, right? But it's like I moved out here to establish boundaries and peace within myself and within my environment. And 9 months later, I was able to, you know, attain this space that I'm in right now with my half done desk. Yes, honey. Don't worry about her. Okay, we're gonna get to her. This is a home project. Okay, I take my time with home projects. Y'all don't even know. Okay, I was in here crying. Hold on, let me talk to y'all real quick. I was in here crying, okay, over this desk, having a conniption, okay, over this desk, having a hard time, a rough time. This desk right here, okay, the simple fact that it is up and standing and it has stuff on it and it is not falling apart, let it be half done, baby. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. Let it be half done, baby. Please. Or whoever. But no, moving into my own space and like for the first time at the age of 24 being able to like live on my own. Like my name is on the lease. Okay. I live in my little studio apartment space. I live an extremely simple life and I do that on purpose. It's just me and I have like my full kitchen and the whole setup, my own bathroom, everything like that, a nice big closet to fit stuff. I have a very comfortable bed that I was actually gifted when I moved out here to LA. The roommate that was before me in my first spot, she left a bed and a desk, and I ended up keeping the bed. And it's a lovely, like full queen size bed, honey. Very comfortable. Get you a nice rest. This is the best bed I've ever had in my life. Anyways, it's like what crazy. Just all of that, having all of that happen, and then also grappling with the idea of like I enjoy a certain level of simplicity. I'm not. You would think that as someone who works in the industry, the entertainment industry, and like models and like does all that, and for a period of time people thought that I was going to become like an Instagram influencer. Like, girl, but my life it's at a point where it's consistent, and I work hard and I pay my bills and I do this and sacrifice any sort of idea about what it is and this whole, what is this luxury black girl surge shit, whatever, like all of this I have gone through. I don't look like my battles. Like I have gone through a lot when it comes to dysfunctional family, narcissistic mother, to rape and sexual assault, to depression, anxiety. Like I have gone through so many phases in my life, from having my loose natural hair to then like shaving my hair off, and now I am officially 3 years into my lock journey. October is my lock anniversary, so like being 3 years locked. Let's get a link check. Production, can we get a link check? Thank you. Hold on. You see that? Thank you. Thanks, production. Thank you. Like struggling with HSV2 and abusive relationships, not necessarily physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I haven't even talked to y'all about my college experience and how I really had to fight to get my degree. And I mean fight to a point where like I was sending hot emails to the dean, like hot, like y'all not, bruh, oof. Oh, flashbacks, we flashing back. Oh, let's reel it back. Like I have been through so much, and to now be able to live in a space that is my own, that I have acquired on my own, to be able to take care of myself, sustain myself. I passed the 1 year mark. now officially, I am over a year living in LA, California. Technically I live in Los Angeles County, not LA, but Los Angeles County, different thing. But like making all of these transitions, and that happened, you know, just over 1 year's time. But finally getting to this point where I'm in my own space and I can really sit with myself and like sit in silence and wake up in the morning and like have a cup of tea and hear the birds chirp and, you know, let some fresh air in the room, and like I can really dwell, you know, with myself and sit with myself, and I'm at a point now where I'm living alone. I'm learning things about myself. You learn so much. You learn about hygiene, like what you care about, you know, eating, trying new foods, and like I love like building my space and like building the desk, and I built like some cube storage, my organizer and the shelf organizer in the bathroom. Like just it's a completely different phase of my life. I am a different person. Like it's easy for you to model and sit in front of your iPhone and put makeup on every day. It's easy for you to do that when you live at home with you. I'm being serious. Hold on a second. Come back. It's easy for you to do that when you're in high school. It's easy for you to do that when you live at home with your parents. It's easy for you to do that when you don't pay rent. It's easy for you to do that when you don't pay bills. When you're not pursuing a college degree, you have a whole lot of free time. Let's just be frank about this shit. The life that I'm living, you know, I have to kind of reformat and rebrand and like match things up to who and what I am now, and sort of update people and show you guys a Zakiya that's like out on the street. You feel me? Like, I'm a makeup artist, yes, but skincare is most important to me. So I don't wear makeup every day. I don't even wear makeup every month. Like there can be a month where I go and I don't wear any makeup, and I'm cool with that. That's fine with me. Because I don't know, I just prioritize other things. And right now it is important for me, and it's important to me to start talking my shit, you feel me, and talking my shit on the internet and letting y'all know how I'm really feeling, okay? Because a lot of y'all don't know me, and that's okay. But I don't want you to act like you know me just because you see me look a certain way on a social media platform. That's what I mean. Don't make assumptions. Can't make assumptions about people. And so that being said, I want to foster an open environment. Let's not get snippy. Let's not get rude, okay? And let's talk. Like, let's really sit down and have some dialogue. Like, I am a very cathartic person. I love a nice heartfelt moment. I don't think we have too many people left who are really having real conversations, and people who are having real conversations who are people of color, who are actively working towards healing their traumas. And you know, how do we now at this point, with everything that's happening in the world, how do we like move forward? How do we push everybody forward? How do we push the human race forward? How do we advance past certain ideas and social structures and constructs that really break us down and cap us off and harm our psyche and our physical health and make us feel shitty? That being said, A little bit of a brief introduction of who I am. Okay, I am Zakiya Davidia. Hey girl, hey boy, sir ma'am, hi. I am currently 24 years old. Okay, let me see listen, I don't know if I can do this in the editing. Okay, I got a C in editing because my teacher was salty, but we're not gonna talk about that. Love you. Hi, Miss Roberts. So first, I am from Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, that's right, or whatever. I'm 24. Okay. I consider myself queer. Hello. Hi. I grew up in a conservative Christian environment, but I was never opposed to the idea of homosexuality personally. It never offended me. It never upset me. And there have been moments in times in my life where I have been attracted to women. There was a point in my time where I went on like a date with a woman, and like I had a fantastic time. I will say I prefer having relationships with men. For me, it would take a particular type of woman for me to be attracted and like want to pursue any sort of relationship. But I am still open to the possibility of that connection. I don't cut myself off from it. So I consider myself queer. I have my bachelor's in fine arts in screenwriting. I do not regret getting my degree. I love the degree that I have, and I chose that degree because it is something that I can do whenever I want for the rest of my life, and I can always kind of venture into it. And there's no capping, there's no time. You know, people are always going to want to be entertained. We're always the world always needs to be fed, and people always need to be fed something new in terms of content. And you know, I want to make television shows and films and content and media that really speaks to people and opens them up. Yes. Oh my goodness. I am an Aquarius. Gang. Grr, grr, grr. I'm February 5th, so I am the same birthday as Tabitha Brown, Auntie Tab. Hey, Auntie Tab. Yeah. I'm waiting for you to open a restaurant in LA, ma'am. I am. And Kevin Gates. So, Auntie Tab, Kevin Gates, me. On the same day. So you can get an idea of what kind of people we're working with. Oh my goodness. What else? I currently live in El Monte, California, which is in the San Gabriel Valley. I live out near the mountains. Like if I walk out of my apartment and kind of look out down like the main road that I'm on, I am looking at mountains. It's beautiful. I decided to move out of LA because it's ghetto and I need fresh air. Okay, I'm from Baltimore. I didn't listen. Anyway, y'all know exactly what I mean. Okay, all right. Y'all know exactly. If you know, you know. Things that I like to do, things that I'm into. I am into film and television. Oh, my ear. Goodness gracious. I like I like cleaning and like organization. I'm an adult now. So I like cleaning and organization. I like now if you know me, you know that I dabble in the magic arts. But I do believe that it is important to recognize the power of plants. I believe in signs and symbols. I believe in numerology. I grew up conservative Christian. I no longer consider myself Christian. I consider myself spiritual. I like learning about different cultures and religions. I've delved into like the Bhagavad Gita. And that was something that was always understanding other cultures and from a religious aspect was always important. You know, I remember my dad had the Quran, and you know, just the simple fact that book was present in the house right next to the Bible was like, wow, you know, like these things can coexist. Like, you know, those books sat next to each other and didn't catch fire, you know, that kind of thing. Like I'm always gonna like fashion. I'm always gonna like makeup. I love a good book. Excuse me, I love a good read. I like photography. I don't believe that you need fancy equipment to create fantastic images at all. I think that photography is more so about storytelling. And, you know, when you're telling a story, whether it's, you know, on a flip phone camera or on an iPhone or on a professional grade camera, like, if the story doesn't resonate with people, it doesn't matter if it looks good, people aren't resonating with it. Yeah, those are the things that I like and things that I'm into right now. I'm watching Sister. Okay, that's the binge I was on. I heard Atlanta season 3 coming, so you know I got to see it. I gotta see it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But yeah, I like Black art and learning about. I really love music. How can I forget talking about that? I really love music. I was privileged in the sense to have a dad who was born in 1945, and so he heard a lot of music and had greatly influenced my taste in music, the things I listen to. I'm very particular about what I listen to. I don't give a fuck what's mainstream. If that shit is trashy, it is not getting past in here, okay? I don't want to hear that mess, okay? Thank you. Because y'all gonna stop, because you're creating an energy anyway. But I love music. I was into piano for a little bit. I grew up, I was playing the flute. When I grew up, I played the flute. I still actually have my flute and like my books and stuff like that. And I want to kind of delve back into music, but that's a whole other thing for another time. Hopefully, this is a learning experience for everyone, including myself, and I'm able to create a sort of safe space, sacred circle for the girls and the boys and the people. Amen. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I think of too. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about. So I forgot to mention that, just for context, my dad is from North Carolina and my mom is Jamaican. So I consider myself a West Indian, Caribbean American person. Carry on. Oh, and my mother raised me. So, you know, Caribbean, Jamaican culture definitely influences a lot of parts of my life and how I feel in my spirit. Big up on the self. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. I think that's it. Yeah. Links in the description box, I guess. Cool. See y'all. Bye.